What's good, YouTube, man? You already know who it is, man. It's your neighborhood pastor back on the scene. Chilling on them, tired on them. Hey, look, man. Just got back from the gym, took a nice little shower, ate something good. Chilling now. Finna take a little nap after this, man. Oh, I can't have to talk to y'all, man. I'm finna do a little reaction video to Jarvis Landry, what he spent his first $1 million on. Y'all know who Jarvis Landry is. He in the NFL. You know. But we finna see what he spent his first $1 million on. But before we get into it, man, make sure y'all press that like, subscribe button, leave feedback, all that good stuff, man. We're on road 2,000 subscribers, so let's get that, man. And you already know I always thank y'all every time I get on this platform, so thank y'all, man. And I've been very busy trying to get this tape done. Me and my boy Chris Cash, y'all already know. I'm finna drop the album cover soon, so stay tuned. If y'all don't got my social media, go ahead and follow me on Pastor Greg on Instagram and Snapchat. But let's go ahead and get into this video, man. Go talk y'all head off, man. Let's get it.
Listen, my experience with that, after about like 6 months, I realized the jewelry that I had purchased was fake. Once I got it checked out, they were like, yeah. What's up, GQ? This is Jarvis Landry, and this is how I earned, saved, and spent my first $1 million. I grew up in Convent, Louisiana, small town, single parent household, just me and my older brother Gerard, country, a lot of country.
Sound country.
Yeah, well, again, my mom made that decision for me, she decided that leaving Louisiana was a thing to do, so she convinced me to go to LSU, and honestly, it was one of the best times of my life, and obviously being close to home, being close to family was definitely something that was important to me, but LSU definitely was a time of my life that really kind of molded me and shaped me to be the man I am today. So the thing that's ongoing at LSU in our school, the standard is if you have to play more than 3 years, then you might not be that guy, you know what I'm saying? So going into my 3rd year, I want to make sure that, I did everything possible to make sure I get drafted. So it was no spring break, it was, summer school, it was training twice a day, doing all the right things, right? And, it paid off in the end. It was amazing to hear my name called. It was one of those moments that, you can always have in your mind about what you think it would be, but until it actually happens, it's a whole different feeling. And then having my grandmother there, my mom, my uncles, my family was something obviously to share with them. We moving up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So it was a special moment.
Let's get into this money, man.
Okay, we talked about how I've made my first $1 million. Let's talk about how I spent my first $1 million.
Let's talk about it.
The first chunk went to my mom, paying off her bills. At the time, we lived in the same trailer, so she lived in the same trailer. But I wanted to make sure, the trailer was paid off, all her debts was cleared. I think that was around $30,000. Give it back to my mom.
That's nothing. Next. That's nothing.
I brought myself an Audi A7. I decided on an Audi because I had saw it at the time. It was just coming out. I used to like that, the wing came out the bag. You press the button, the wing come out the bag. $70K for my Audi. I also got my mama car, so you can throw that into that expense. Probably my next purchase in Miami, I would probably say was jewelry. Listen, my experience with that, after about 6 months, I realized the jewelry that I had purchased was fake. So that was tough pill to swallow. I brought a Rolex. I think I brought a little small Jesus piece. I brought a Cuban and maybe a ring or two. Well, the bezel had fell off my Rolex. I was this should not happen, obviously. And then once I got it checked out, they were yeah. When you get to the league, and you get your money right, when you get in the locker room, you ask a guy that's seasoned, a vet that you trust. They have a couple options of jewelers that you should consider. I don't never give guys just one guy and just say hey, this is my guy, this I use. I say, hey, look, this is the guy I use, but I know these other guys as well, and let them decide on how they work their relationship out with their jewelry. few years later, I brought a Rolls Royce, a Wraith, and that was probably like my biggest purchase at the time. But also, it was like one of those things of like, I've always wanted that car. So being able to like, okay, I can afford this. And my financial advisor, I remember we were at the Super Bowl in maybe like Houston or Atlanta, and he was like, you can get your dream car. And I was like, what? He was like, you can get your dream car. And literally got on the phone right then and there. And when I got back to Miami, it was waiting on me. My rate was 300. Right. That was my biggest purchase. I think my next biggest purchase was then getting my mom out of the trailer and moving her into a more comfortable place and a better home. So that was another 300. That was like so worth it, like just that moment, and then obviously being able to like, you know, put her and give her the space that she needs to, you know, all the things that she deserved for how much she sacrificed for us. I felt like being at that time, I had the means to be able to give her that, so that was money well spent right there. Yeah, my mom doing me in, huh? So I had a rookie dinner my first year in Miami, and that kind of got wild. And I thank God for Mike Wallace. I remember like not understanding Miami nightlife. Obviously, I'm from Louisiana, a small town, you know, and being in Miami nightlife, things can get expensive. I had an opportunity to like take those guys to dinner, take them out to a couple clubs. I think we went to Prime 112 and then like Story or Live. So obviously that night can get pretty expensive. And Mike Wallace, he scared me a little bit with the check. He was like, nah, I got it, bro. So I only had to pay half of it, which was like 10 to 15. Outside of that, like nothing else, like from a party or like trip standpoint, that was like, you know, got up to that ballpark. Now it's cars and houses. That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like everything is going, you know, cars, houses, businesses, and things like that. The rest of this I saved. It's very important. I think the biggest thing is having the right people around you and having a plan. You know, you can still treat yourself or reward the people that surround you, take care of your family, but also be able to like set yourself up for
What about your house?
Honestly, when we get to that point, it's weird. Like when you get to a stage where like you think like you need all the money in the world to like have this or have that access or whatever it is, and most times it's like given to you in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So I think the thing that like money couldn't buy was like the experiences that I had. You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful for that.
What about your crib? You didn't get you no apartment. The hell? You bought your car and all that, but you ain't getting no crib, nowhere to stay. I know you got your nice little penthouse or something. Unless he's staying with his mama. For $300K. Sure. My mama for probably a mansion. I'm definitely staying with my mama. But nah, let me chill though. I like how he did his stuff, man. Gave back mostly to his mama. His mama deserved it. My mama deserved it. Everybody deserved their mother deserved it. So I know some people going through it with their moms and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's still your mama. I know sometimes it get a little hard. Let me chill, man. Y'all to that. But if y'all like that video, man, hit that like button, man. If you love your mama, man, hit that like button, man. If you do the same thing for your mama, hit that like button, man. Just hit that like button, man. But like I said, man, I've been working on this tape so much. Birthday coming up, so I've been getting ready for like my outfit. I don't know what to wear. Y'all got any options, any suggestions? Put that down in the comments. But make sure y'all press that like, subscribe button, leave feedback, all that good stuff. Man, you already know who it is, man. It's your neighborhood pastor. Wow.
You gotta check in anyway, nigga.
Friends run around here freely, only on one wheel from these willies.
You had Chris Cash, you did.
You always with me. Lord forgive me. All these willies.